Nalla Narasimhareddy Education Society's group of institutions, integrated campus. The institution is recognized by AICT and affiliated to JNTU Hyderabad. This is Dr. G. Subbarao, professor working in Department of Civil Engineering. I welcome all the civil engineering candidates for this online session of soils. The word soil is derived from Latin word that is solium. So solium is a Latin word which means the upper layer of the earth surface. The word soil has, of course, different meanings for different professionals. For example, an agriculturist or farmer, in his view, soil is the loose surface material of the earth, wherein only plants and trees grow. In case of a geologist, he feels that soil is a material which is produced as a result of disintegration. Disintegration means breakdown of rocks into small pieces and which has not been transported from the original position. In case of an engineer, he feels that the soils are accumulation of minerals, otherwise accumulation of organic particles occurring in the zone of overlaying the rocks. Soil mechanics is one of the youngest disciplines of civil engineering, which involves the principles and techniques by which the soil properties are studied scientifically. In situ soil means the soil exists in its original position, that is found in natural state, whereas drift soil means the material transported by glaciers and deposited from water. Coming to the classification of soils, on geological basis, the soils are subdivided into residual soils and transported soils. Soils carried by water, that is the agency. So in such a case, the soils are divided into alluvial soil, lacustrine soils, marine soils. Suppose if wind is acted and the soils are deposited due to wind action, so that the deposited soils are called as loess and sand dunes. Similarly, gravity deposited soils and some of the basic types of soils which include sand, silt, clay. So let us discuss one by one various soils. On geological basis, residual soils. So here residual soils means which remain at the place of their formation. See, this is the hill, otherwise it's a rock where the soil is formed and retained there itself. So this is called as residual soil. So residual soil means it remains at the place of its formation. And whatever the residual soils are formed, they are found directly over the parent rock. This is the parent rock, so that whatever the residual soils are seen, they are, lying on the parent rock. So the rocks are the parent rock material for residual soils. And similarly, on geological basis, some of the agencies, wind, water, ice, when they act, so that soils also deposit. So these soils are carried out from their place of formation through the transportation agencies such as wind, water, and ice. So transported soils are carried away from their place of formation to some other places through the transporting agencies. Transported soil is blown or washed away from its parent rock. Most of the soils derive from transported materials that have been moved many miles because of all these agencies such as wind, water, ice. Soils which are formed due to water. So alluvial soil is the best example. So alluvial soil is formed from its place of disintegration by the flowing water and deposited along the stream is known as alluvial soil. So this type of soil is transported from its place of disintegration by the flowing water or running water and deposited along the streams, which is called as alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is very fertile and rich in potassium and poor in phosphorus. These soils often contain alternating horizontal layers of different soils. And alluvial soils are occupied in northern plains and river valleys. For example, Indus Ganga Brahmaputra plain and Narmada Tapati plain, where alluvials are occupied the entire region. Lacustrine soils. The soil is transported by a flowing water, a small stream, and deposited in lakes is called as lacustrine soil. So the soil is transported by flowing water or a small stream and deposited in and around lakes. These are primarily having silt and clay. Marine soils. The soil transported by flowing water and deposited in ocean or around the ocean or wherever it accumulates. It is known as marine soil. So marine soils are primarily silts and clays and very soft in nature. Soils which are formed due to transportation of wind. The soils which are transported and deposited by wind are called as aeolian soils. The mode of transport generally produces very poorly graded soils because of the strong sorting power of wind. These soils are very loose and have fair engineering properties. This is the aeolian soil. And aeolian soils are of two types, loess and sand dunes. Loess deposits are formed and found downwind of desert areas. And these loess have a very high porosity. Loess is fairly strong when it is dry, but become weak when water is added. That means when it is wetted. Sand dunes are likely to be formed where the wind blows continuously in a particular direction. The low irregular hills formed by accumulation of sand along some beaches and in some desert areas. Coming to gravity deposited soils. Gravity soils are loose soils or rock fragments transported down slope under the action of gravity and deposited near sloping area. See, This is the rock. Due to action of gravity, the rock fragments or soil, deposited near sloping of the ground. You can see very clearly. So these soils are also known as colluvial soils. And basic types of soils include sand, silt, and clay. And most of the soils are composed usually a combination of sand, silt, and clay. However, they mix with all these combinations, and we can determine the texture of the soil if we study properly. Coming to sand is actually small particles of weathered rock and usually coarse grain and loose, so that what happens, water is able to drain easily. While this sand is good for drainage, but it's not good for growing plants because of sandy soil that will not hold water or nutrients. That's why sandy soil is not advisable for growing plants or trees, whereas it is good for drainage purpose. Silt is a fine sand and hold water better than sand, and one can feel almost like fineness, like a floor when we touch the silt. If a little quantity of water is added to the silt, it would do a fair job of holding the water and feels slick and smooth. Coming to the part of clay, which is very fine grained soil, and its particles are even smaller than silt. Usually a farmer does not like clay as a soil because his land does not suitable this type of soil for plants growth, whereas a potter certainly prefer clay as the raw material for his indent. So when water is added to the clay, it gets a property called plasticity and can be molded into a desired shape. Thank you.